We are going to learn something today called interpreting the remainder when we do a division problem. So when you interpret the remainder, sometimes you have to add one more to the quotient. Sometimes the remainder is your answer. And sometimes just the quotient is your answer. You really have to read the question and see what the question's asking you to be able to interpret the remainder. So we're going to look at these word problems today. We're going to do the front together. Mr. Badeau bought 546 pencils for AR goals. He wanted to put them into groups of 9. How many full groups would he be able to make? So we're going to divide 546 by 9. 546 divided by 9. Now, we are going to list, Miss Bridges doesn't have room to list her multiples, but I know my 9 times tables. 9 will not go into 5. 0 times 9 is 0. Subtract and get 5. 5 is less than 9. Bring down the 4. 9 goes into 54 6 times. 6 times 9 is 54. Subtract and get 0. It is less. Bring down the 6. 9 will not go into 6, so we use a 0. 0 times 9 is 0, and 6 minus 0 is 6. Yes, 6 is less than 9. So our remainder is 6. Now, we need to interpret this. The question said, how many full groups would he be able to make? The full groups would be 60. He could make 60 full groups of pencils. He would have 6 pencils left over. So you have to think about what the question's asking you in order to answer the question. If you put 60 remainder 6, that's not correct because the question said how many full groups. There are 60 full groups. All right, the next one. The school had 374 students eating breakfast in the cafeteria. How many tables would be needed for everyone to have a seat if 6 students can sit at each table? So that is 374 divided by 6. Lucky, I know my 6 times tables. 3 divided by 6 is 0. 0 times 6 is 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. Yes, 3 is less than 6, so I bring down the 7. 37 divided by 6 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 37 minus 36 is 1. And 1 is less than 6. So now I can bring down the 4. 14 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 14 minus 12 is 2. Yes, 2 is less than 6, so my remainder is 2. Now this question said, how many tables would be needed for everyone to have a seat? Everyone needs a seat. So this work that I did right here means I would need 62 tables, but this remainder, this 2 is 2 students left over. 2 students left over that don't have a table to sit at. Do you want to be a kid that doesn't have a table to sit at and have to sit on the floor to eat your lunch or breakfast in this case? No, you don't. So we have to add one more table to our quotient. Instead of 62 tables, I'm going to need 63 tables. I'm going to need an extra table for these 2 kids to sit at. Is that table going to be a full table of students? No. But is everyone going to have a seat? Yes. So we need 63 tables. Number 4, Louis brings 79 pencils to school. After he gives each of his 15 classmates an equal number of pencils, he will give any leftover pencils to his teacher. How many pencils will Louis's teacher receive? Louis's teacher is getting the leftover pencils. All right, so we're going to divide 79 divided by 15. I'm going to turn my paper this way so I have room. 79 divided by 15. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. All right, 15 will not go into 7. 0 times 15 is 0. 7 minus 0 is 7. And 7 is less than 15. I'm going to bring down my 9. 79 divided by 15 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 15 is 75. 79 minus 75 is 4, and 4 is less than 15. Remainder 4. So he gave the leftovers to his teacher. The leftovers is the remainder. So how many pencils did his teacher receive? She received 4 pencils. If Louis decided instead to take an equal share of the pencils along with his classmates, will his teacher receive more pencils or fewer pencils? Show your thinking. So in this first problem, he gave 15 of his classmates pencils. But this time, he's going to give himself pencils as well as his 15 classmates. That means he's going to split the 79 pencils with 16 students, himself and 15 others. So let's see what that would look like. 79 divided by 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. 32 plus 16 is 48. 48 plus 16, can't do that one in my head. 6, that's plenty. 16 won't go into 7, 0. 0 times 16 is 0. 7 minus 0 is 7, and 7 is less than 16. I'm going to bring down my 9. 79 divided by 16, I want to get as close to 79 without going over. 80 is pretty close to 79, but it goes over, so I can't use it. I have to use 64. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's the 4th multiple. Then 4 times 16 is 64. 79 minus 64 is 15. 15 is less than 16, so it's remainder 15. Now the question says, will his teacher receive more or fewer pencils? Well, here his teacher was receiving 4 pencils because that's what was left over. But here his teacher is receiving 15 pencils. So his teacher is going to receive more pencils, but the students are going to receive less. See, the students here were receiving 5 pencils each, but the students here are only receiving 4 pencils each. But the teacher does receive more pencils. So you need to write me a sentence telling me that the teacher does receive more pencils. Number 5, Miss Silverstein sold 91 cupcakes at a food fair. The cupcakes were sold in boxes of a baker's dozen. A baker's dozen is different from a regular dozen. A baker's dozen is 13. She sold all the cupcakes at $15 per box. How much money did she receive? So first, we have to figure out how many boxes she has. She had 91 cupcakes, and she put them in boxes of 13 each. She put them in baker's dozen boxes, so 13 each. So we're going to divide 91 divided by 13. Turn my paper sideways. 91 divided by 13. List my multiples. That's 26, 39, 91. Oh, look, 91. That's exactly what I was looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the 7th multiple. So 91 divided by 13 is 7. And there are no remainders. 0. So she had 7 boxes. She had 91 cupcakes. She put 13 in each box. So she had 7 boxes. That wasn't my question, though. My question said, she sold them for $15 per box. How much money did she receive? So we have to take the 7 boxes and multiply it by 15. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 more is 10. So she made $105. A number divided by 43 has a quotient of 3 with 28 as the remainder. Find the number. So let's look what this looks like with numbers and symbols. A number, question mark, I don't know what that number is, a number divided by 43 has a quotient of 3 with a remainder of 28. So we're looking for the dividend. We're looking for what goes in this box. Remember how we check division? We check division with multiplication. So we're going to multiply our quotient times our divisor. 43 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. But we have a remainder. So we have to add this remainder into what we have so far. So we're going to add 28 more. So 9 plus 8 is 17. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 1 more is 5. And 1. So 157 is the number, is the dividend that goes in the box. On this side, number 1, Henry had 414 pieces of candy. He wants to split the candy into 37 bags with the same amount of candy in each bag. How many more pieces, how many more? Those are some good words there. How many more pieces would he need to make sure each bag had the same amount? This is a two-step problem. First of all, he's splitting candy. Splitting means divide. Then he wants to know how much more he needs to make sure they're all equal, and how much more means subtract. So let's divide first. 414 divided by 37. And I'm going to use scratch paper because I don't have enough room here. So number 1, 414 divided by 37. I'm going to list my multiples. That's probably enough. Let's check. 4 divided by 37 is 0. 0 times 37 is 0. 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 is less than 37. I bring down my next digit. 41 divided by 37 is 1. 1 times 37 is 37. I have to regroup to subtract here. 11 minus 7 is 4. 4 is less than 37, so I'm going to bring down my next 4. 44 divided by 37 is 1 again. 1 times 37 is 37. I'm going to have to regroup to subtract. 14 minus 7 is 7, and 7 is less than 37, so that's remainder 7. Now, the question said, how many more pieces will he need to make sure each bag had the same amount? So right now, he's got 11 full bags with 7 pieces of candy left over. But he doesn't want any candy left over. He wants to make sure every single bag had the same number of candy. So we would subtract how much candy goes in the bag with our extra pieces. Since there's 37 pieces that go in the bag and we have 7 left over, we would subtract 37 minus 7 to get 30. He needs 30 more pieces of candy, and then each of his bags could be filled with 12 pieces in each bag. All right, let's look at number 2. Adam is trying to earn $401 for some new video games. If he charges $11 to mow a lawn, how many lawns will he need to mow to earn his money? So we're going to divide 401 divided by 11. You should know your 11 times tables. 4 divided by 11 is 0. 0 times 11 is 0, and 4 minus 0 is 4. Yes, 4 is less than 11, so I can bring down my next digit. 40 divided by 11 is 3. 3 times 11 is 33, and 40 minus 33 is 7. 7 is less than 11, so I can bring down my next digit. 71 divided by 11 is 6. 6 times 11 is 66. And 71 minus 66 is 5. Yes, 5 is less than 11, Nothing else to bring down, so my remainder is 5. But this is not my answer. Let's go back to the question to interpret our remainder. How many lawns will he need to mow to earn the money? Can he mow a remainder of a lawn? No. If he just mowed 36 lawns, would he have enough money for his video game? No. He would be $5 short. So he has to mow 37 lawns. We have to add one more to this, just like when we did that one with the kids eating breakfast and the tables. He has to mow 37 lawns. He will have some extra money left over, but that's okay. If he doesn't mow 37 lawns, he's not going to have enough money for his video game. All right, number 3. A florist had 309 flowers. She wanted to put them into 49 bouquets with the same number of flowers in each. How many more should she get so she doesn't have any extras? She doesn't want extras. No extras. And it uses these words, how many more, again, like we did up here. So I'm going to have to do some division and then some subtraction again. So we are going to divide 309 divided by 49. We're going to list our multiples, and that's plenty. 3 divided by 49 is 0. 0 times 49 is 0, and 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 is less than 49, so I'm going to bring down my 0. 30 divided by 49 is 0. 0 times 49 is 0, and 30 minus 0 is 30. 30 is less than 49, so I'm going to bring down my 9. Now, I want to get as close to 309 without going over. That would be 294. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 6th multiple. 6 times 49 is 294. 6 multiple. We're going to subtract. We're going to have to regroup here. The remainder is, 15 is less than 49, and since there's nothing else to bring down, our remainder is 15. That's not our answer, though. The question says, how many more should she get so she doesn't have any extras? Well, these are her extras right here. She doesn't want any extras. How many more means subtract, and she's making them into 49 bouquets, so we're going to subtract 49 and 15. 49 subtract 15. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. If she gets 34 more flowers, she will be able to make 7 bouquets, or 7 flowers in each bouquet instead of just her 6, and she won't have any extras. So 34 is our answer. She needs 34 more flowers. Number 4, Nancy received $248 for her birthday. Later, she found some toys that cost $25 each. How much money would she have left if she bought as many as she could? So we're going to divide 248 by 25. Number 4, 248 divided by 25. You should know your 25 tables if you can count quarters. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250. That's enough. 2 divided by 25 is 0. 0 times 25 is 0, and 2 minus 0 is 2. 2 is less than 25, so we can bring down the 4. 24 divided by 25 is 0. 0 times 25 is 0, and 24 minus 0 is 24. 24 is less than 25, so we can bring down the 8. We want to get as close to 248 without going over, so this is the closest one. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th multiple. 9 times 25 is 225. And when we subtract, we get remainder 23 because 23 is less than 25. So how much money would she have left, she wants left, if she bought as many toys as she could? She's going to buy 9 toys, but how much money does she have left? $23. So this is the work, but the answer is actually 23. So you need to make sure you circle or write 23 on the line. All right, number 5. Amy wanted to drink exactly 42 bottles of water each day. So she bought 600 bottles when they were on sale. How many more bottles, those words, how many more again, which means subtract, how many more bottles will she need to buy on the last day? Number 5. First, we're going to divide 600 divided by 42. 42 plus 42 is 84, plus 42 more is 126. 6 divided by 42 is 0. 0 times 42 is 0. 6 minus 0 is 6. Yes, 6 is less than 42. Bring down our next digit. 60 divided by 42 is just 1. 1 times 42 is 42. 60 minus 42 is 18. Yes, 18 is less than 42, so I'm going to bring down my next digit. I want to get as close to 180 without going over. That would be 168. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4th multiple. 4 times 42 is 168. Going to regroup to subtract. 12 is less than 42. The question says, that's our remainder 12. How many more will she need to buy on the last day? So we're going to subtract 42 and 12. 42 and 12, since she's drinking these for 42 days, or 42 bottles a day. So that's 0. She needs 30 more bottles. So you are going to pause the video now, and you are going to work out 6 through 10 on your own. Make sure you read the question and interpret that remainder. You are also going to turn on the back and do the questions on the back. I will show you an answer key, but I am just going to show you the answer. It is your job to make sure that you show me all of the work. If you get the wrong answer, you can send me an email and ask me a question if you don't understand it. You can also come to office hours today from 9 to 10. We did several of these together. You should have completed the rest on your own. Here are the answers that you should have gotten. Make sure that you, once you work out your division problem, that you interpret the remainder to see if you have to add one more to the quotient, if the quotient is your answer, or if your remainder is your answer. Now, I did not show all of my work. You do have to show all of your work. These are problems that you're supposed to do by yourself. I'm just giving you the answers so that if they're wrong, you can ask me questions or you can work them out again to see how to get the right answer. Going on to the back, this is also interpreting the remainder on the back. Again, I did not show all of my work, but you do need to show all of yours. The last two on that first section on the back, oh, you had to explain on this one. That is why I wrote an explanation here. The next section, this is the one you had to write an explanation for. So you had to give an answer and tell how you knew, because it says explain how you know. So I did that. Now there's more work involved than just this. That's just my explanation for how I knew. Make sure you show work for all of these. All right, and then the last two. Some of these are multi-step problems. They involve division and multiplication. Some of them, like this one here, involve subtraction. Now that you've studied all the operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, you could have a word problem with any of the operations in it. So if you miss something and you don't understand why, give me an email, or remember, I do have office hours Friday from 9 to 10.